that you're here. The way the program goes is we'll introduce you to our faculty member, and he'll speak a little bit about meditation or spiritual practice in general. And then we'll be guided into a meditation. Meditations are about 20 minutes. And then after the meditation, we'll open it up for discussion. If you're not in our Zoom room, you won't be hearing the discussion live on YouTube. So I just want to let you know that if you want to find out how to get onto the Zoom room, you can visit feastforthesoul.org. So today I'm really excited to welcome one of my dearest friends. His name is Brent BecVar. He and I used to work for Deepak Chopra, living in a transcendental meditation community about 30 years ago. And Brent found his calling in the world of Jyotish. And whether you've heard of that word or not, I'll tell you, Jyoti means light in Sanskrit. And Brent reads the stars, so to speak, actually the planets. And a Jyotishi is a Vedic astrologer. So Brent has been the faculty member for the Chopra Center for many years, leading retreats for people who are moving deeper and deeper into their practice. And he's just moved down here near where I live. And I'm so grateful because I get to spend so much time with him. And you're going to find him to be a delight, a kind-hearted soul who is extremely wise and lovely. So welcome, Brent. It's good to see you here.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Namaste, everyone. Namaste. And I want to bow to that in all of us that has brought us here and that brings us to, that calls us to meditation. And this is an important inquiry every day. What draws us to meditation? I want to thank Sarah, especially, and all of the people that have helped to coordinate this community. You know, it's so important that we have a sangha, a community of like-minded people that support us in our evolution and that we can contribute to the group, a group that we can contribute to as well. I want to just begin with a short invocation. So let's just close our eyes for a moment and just bring your attention inside. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vaditamastu Mavidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the divine protect us. May the divine nourish us. May our inquiry together be energetic and illumined, and may no animosity arise among us. Om, peace, peace, peace. Thank you. So let's open our eyes. So I hope, like me, each of you are grateful for your meditation practice every day. I often say this is the most important part of my life next to breathing, and it's pretty close. Meditation is really the opportunity to restore ourselves to ourselves. Everything in the science of yoga, which is the science of transformation, points ultimately to meditation and to the experience of meditation. All of the 8 limbs of yoga culminate in samadhi. So all of the tools and various techniques, all of the wonderful knowledge that's come down to us from the enlightened sages of a higher age culminate in samadhi. The Yoga Sutras themselves, which is the treatise by Patanjali that really guides us into all of the tools of meditation. begins with an exhortation, which is yogas chitta vritti nirodha, which means the cessation of the thought forms is yoga, which is really the ultimate experience we have in meditation when we finally let go. And truly, meditation is all about letting go. So much of the time in our lives, we are mechanically driven to achieve some intention or goal or some desire that we set for ourselves in the future. Or we are retreating back into some memory of the past, something that hasn't been resolved or something that we're reminded of by a present experience. So oftentimes we're oscillating between future, past, future, past, future, past. But ultimately we know that neither of those are real. The future is just imagination, the past is just memory. There's no real direct experience of nourishment in the future or in the past. You can't breathe in the future, you can't breathe in the past. So the only real nourishment can be found in the present moment. And that's what we're guided to in our meditation practice. We gradually let go of all of the thought forms, the vrittis that are swirling around in between memory and desire, memory and desire. And as all these things begin to settle down, we begin to experience a direct connection with our own essential nature. That which is already there, that which we don't need to achieve or accomplish, that which we don't need to seek outside of ourselves for. One of my teachers quoted Ramana Maharshi in saying, "There's nothing to do, there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to achieve, nothing to accomplish, nothing to relinquish. Just be as you are, rest in God." This is really the ultimate experience of meditation, which is which is the already always so. It's who we are, even in this moment. And as we begin to relax a lot of our stress around being safe in the world. And I think this is what much of our personalities are formed around from the time we're little children, is our desire to feel safe in the world. And so we're constantly vigilant about that safety. And unfortunately, we become very attached to these patterns of self-defense. And it keeps us tight. It keeps us in this illusion of separateness from everything else. So, as I'm sure many of you, all of you, hopefully have begun to experience in meditation, that as we meditate, we begin to just relax some of that defense, some of those that defendedness. We begin to relax some of the stress that we carry, and we begin to just relax into this moment. There's nothing wrong with having desires for something, some imagined future. And later today, I'm going to give a talk on the Purusharthas. The Purusharthas are, in Vedic science, the 4 aims of life. And these 4 aims of life, I'm going to explain. These are fundamental to all of us, fundamental to human life. And all of the great books of the Vedas talk about these 4 aims of life in one way or another, and how finding a balance among these 4 aims of life can create a worthy life. So I hope if you're motivated and have the time to tune into that a little bit later, we'll talk on the Purusharthas. So we all have desires all the time. We wouldn't get out of bed if we didn't have desires. But what I think most need to understand is that most of our desires are not personal. They're the desires of nature expressed through us. And when we get out of the way and we allow nature to support its own desires, it will. And that's why we don't need to be overly attached to something that's taking us into imagined future. And so it seems ironic to talk about meditation, just as it's ironic to talk about silence. It's already always so. It's here in this moment. It's what everything arises out of. Silence is the source and essence of everything. And it is especially the source and essence of ourselves, of our own essential nature. So maybe rather than me continuing to blather on about it, let's just have a direct experience ourselves, shall we? So let's begin by closing our eyes and just bringing our attention inside. And already we're beginning to let go of our environment and our tendency to control or to react to the environment. We're just letting it go. And as we close our eyes and we begin to settle, we feel ourselves supported by the chair we're sitting in, or the cushion we're sitting on, or the floor we're sitting on. And it takes no effort to be supported. So we can begin to relax into the support of that which holds us. So as we begin to settle into that which holds us, begin to become aware of the sensation of the circulation as it's moving through the body. Begin to sense the circulation in the bottoms of the feet and in the palms of the hands. Feel that tingling sensation that we recognize as the circulation of the blood. And feel it begin to move into the knees and the elbows and the hips and the shoulders, and all through the entire body. Just notice the circulation and recognize that we don't need to do anything for the circulation to move through the body. There's no effort on our part in the circulation, allowing it to move. And if we notice any areas of the body where we may be restricting or constricting the flow of the circulation, just as we bring our awareness there to each of those areas, we feel it begin to relax and open up. And as we continue to relax into that which holds us, we begin to recognize that even in addition to the chair we're sitting in, the ground we're sitting on, the earth where we're residing, there's something much greater that is holding us, something bigger than any story of a me. Now begin to bring your awareness to the heart center, in which our circulation is moving. Begin to recognize that there's no effort on our part in that which is beating our heart. And welcome with gratitude that which is moving the circulation through our whole body, bringing nourishment to every muscle and every nerve, every cell. And begin now to become aware of the breathing. And just notice the effortless way the body wants to breathe. Just allow the breath to move in and out. And with each exhalation, just release anything that doesn't belong, any tension, fatigue, discomfort from anywhere in the body. Just let it go. And now continuing to rest, sitting easily. Begin to imagine allowing everything to be exactly as it is without any interference on our side. Nothing to change anywhere, nothing to improve. No comparing of this moment to any idea of how it should be. Just allowing everything to be as it is. Even allowing everything in our own body and nervous system to just be as it is. Just resting. There's nothing to get to. No need to anticipate anything. Nothing to do and nowhere to go. Nothing to achieve, nothing to acquire, nothing to relinquish, and nothing or no one to become. Imagine what that might be like, just allowing everything to be as it is. Imagine no resistance to anything, no resistance. Leave everything. No trying. No struggle against the universe by struggling against this moment. I am accepting everything as it is. This moment is now and always as it should be. And in this state of acceptance, I take responsibility for all of my projections, my judgments, my dissatisfactions, anything I may perceive as a problem or anything lacking. No blame of anything or anyone, including myself. My outer experience is a direct reflection of the inner state of being. I can now choose how to be in this moment and to see it as a creative opportunity. Now imagine I no longer have anything to defend. I am safe and unthreatened. And I am defenseless, and allow that feeling of defenselessness to move out from me into the universe. And in being completely undefended, I do not give birth to any enemy or adversity. In relinquishing any fixed point of view, I now allow for all points of view. I am open to all and am the space in which all points of view are allowed. In this moment, there is nothing missing. I am whole and complete as I am. Everything is as it is. So now let's continue sitting comfortably and allow the mantra, if we have a mantra, to come effortlessly like any other thought. For awareness, if we're aware of the breath, we notice our attention wander at any moment. As we become aware of it, we just come back to the vehicle of our meditation, just innocently, just taking it as it comes. So no need to mind the time. I'll let us know when it's time to stop. Now, please continue sitting comfortably with the eyes closed. And just sit easily. Now begin to circulate your awareness through the body, just sensing the body. Become aware of the breathing. Breathing in fresh nourishment and strength and comfort, happiness and peacefulness with each inhalation. Lokaha samasta shukino bhavantu. Lokaha samasta shukino bhavantu. Lokaha samasta shukino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free from suffering. May the whole world be filled with peace and joy. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And whenever you're ready, let's begin to open our eyes. Bring the palms together in front of the chest. Namaste, namaste, everybody. Namaste.
Thank you, Brent. That was lovely. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. I love that chant. Thank you so much. And your words were echoing. Just imagine allowing everything to be as it is. Just imagine allowing everything to be as it is. I love that. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you all for lending your coherence to our meditation together. So good to meditate with a group, especially a big group like this. This is great.
We generally stop recording right now and remind people that they can